tomb of wisdom, the house of the hidden places, the gateway to the other world.
I think the main thing that appealed to me about the way he was talking about his new record was just the ambition involved.
It's a lot to do in a 3-hour session. I'd have booked a 6-hour session, but that's all they're available for.
Is it?
Yeah, they thought, because it's orchestral season starts yesterday.
Is that like hunting season?
I wasn't quite expecting such a sort of weird and wonderful place as this. You know, we've basically been living on a ranch out of The Hobbit or something like that. You know, all the houses are made out of natural wood and built to kind of fit in with nature and the landscape, and by this amazingly crazy guy.
And in the process of the evolution, the human discover and create something for increase the love human. That is the dance and music. Think. Where does it born? Exactly in the orgasm. When she's singing, and when she's dancing. Right there!
Spoken like a true wizard.
It's a very special part of the world. It was bought and built in the mid-60s by Siddhartha's father, Memo, as a hippie commune. And over the past, I guess, 30, 40 years, he's been building these incredible, childlike, fantastical houses.
All the houses I make is a study of music and dance. Never make another thing that is not a study for music and dance.
I felt that this was a great place to bring people to work on this album. And it's Mexico, which is a place that I've been very closely connected to for some years.
Everywhere.
¿Cuáles son los mejores sopes? ¿Sope de papa, uno de hongo?
Lo que usted gusta, todos estamos buenos.
Okay.
Very nice music, I think you like it.
Very good. The thing I like more in my life is music and dance.
In fact, today I have arriving an amazing singer from Los Angeles.
Very good.
He's called Moses.
Very good.
A major feature is this guy called Moses, who is an incredible talent, an incredible singer that Damian found.
I've never sung house music. Honestly, don't even really listen to house music. I don't listen to too much electronic music, especially like dance music, so I thought it would be cool for me to step outside of my comfort zone and do something that I don't usually do.
That's what it is. Let's do it again. Yeah, bathe on your back in scarlet that washes away scars, and let your darkness disappear beneath the stars.
He came to see me play in LA, played at the Bootleg Theater, and yeah, he really liked it. So a few weeks later, I think, he got in touch and let me know that he was working on an album. I went to his house up in Silver Lake, and he played me all of these ideas that he had. Some funk tunes, some like Terry Callier, some like deep soulful house music. Yeah, I asked if I would want to be a part of it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I went home and kind of using the guidance he'd given me and what he wanted, I wrote these 2 songs for the album. And flash forward a few months, we're here in Mexico recording them, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to, like, you know, write things in your bedroom and then see them flesh out. And I sent him the songs, and he's since added like a 20-something piece orchestra to the tunes and all this crazy live instrumentation, so it's really cool to see how it's grown.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yes. That's really great.
Yeah.
That's really great. I feel like this album's gonna surprise so many people.
I hope so.
This first track features a guest vocalist by the name of Moses Sumney, and he's a 23-year-old guy from LA. He's going to be a big star, and very lucky to have discovered him at this point, and he's going to feature on 2 tracks that he'll be working on. And this first one is called Vermillion.
So the cellos start that rhythm, then the viola 2s, then the viola 3s. Okay?
I'm involved as the string arranger, writing out the parts, and I'm conducting today as well. Kind of unusual session because it's not a set-in. Kind of studio I would normally work in with a control room and stuff. It's in a disused railway station.
Wow, it really is a disused railway.
Cool. We've got 26 strings and 4 French horns.
I definitely wanted to work with strings on this album. We decided that we would try to work in Mexico, and somehow we managed to get ourselves together with the Yucatan Symphony Orchestra in Mérida.
Happy with that? Well done, bravo. That was...
We are going to tune it to your scale. out of tune right now, but
okay.
This can give. You remember what you showed me?
Yeah, yeah.
That
So with Damian has always been very interesting because he knows exactly what he wants and how to get there. So as a musician, I love working with him. For me, it's super interesting because I always arrive to things that I wouldn't have arrived alone.
Won't let me hide, my eyes won't let me hide, my eyes won't let me hide. It was me all along.
I think Damian Lazarus is very, very weird.
Yes, we have the power, we have the possibility to create madness.
Yeah, Damian Lazarus is strange but cool. Well, strange is cool. Kids, don't forget that. Strange is cool. It's just very clear that this album is going to be very eclectic and not a traditional house album. There's a lot of really interesting percussion in there. I think influences from all over the world. And then there's a song on the album that has like really incredible Eastern singing that I think is gonna really blow people away.
Do you want to hear a couple of the other tracks that we've been working on? Should I
did you, sorry,
go on.
Those guys that you showed me?
Yeah, you want to hear that one?
Yeah, that's what I've been.
Have you got the master? Qawwali music is a very traditional, ancient form of music. It has rules and it has a kind of structure. Two main vocalists who are battling each other based around a simple boy meets girl love story, but it's very spiritual. Everything that they say has many, many other depths, and I'd never really heard this sound combined with my music and thought it would be an interesting combination. The original vocal take was 14 minutes long, which is quite usual for Qawwali. That's short for me. Yeah, it's a short one actually. Like some of the Qawwali music that I have is like 25, 30 minutes long per track. And I really wanted to go to Karachi to record it with them, but it was the time that we were recording it, I was like looking around, it was like pretty dangerous. There was a lot of stuff going on there. So we organised a studio time, and then I was there on Skype in the studio. Very poor reception, but come on.
I suppose when he started to describe it, he used the dirty word world music, which kind of scared me a little bit. But then the way he described it, You know, all sorts of different types of music from all over the world that he wanted to try and get some of the influence of that into his music. And I thought it was an interesting idea.
It's the goat skin. We have to take out all the hair, and after we start to put it in the drum. It's like 3 days work. It's like they say, no, the dance of the devil, no? A devil came and gave the djembe to make contact with him. So when you play also, you go far away, no? It's difficult because you have to try to don't get so much emotions, because if you go too emotion, you will piece the blood. Alors on va dedans parce que Umu faut qu'elle chante un peu. Let's go inside because Umu, she will sing a little bit.
Ella.
Follow the hollow inside you, deciding who you are.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And then the last line is
The sky's near vermilion, you're not too far.
You or we?
Could be weird. I thought that as well, actually.
The sky's near
vermilion, we're not too far.
Well, that's really cool, man. Yeah.
I am Hossam Ramzy. I'm an Egyptian percussionist. I was born in Egypt and I studied in Egypt with some of the great masters of music and drums, and I fell in love with the Western style drums and percussion. My first album was picked up by Mr. Peter Gabriel, and to date I must have played on about 12 productions of his. I was also chosen to arrange the music for the Robert Plant and Jimmy Page tour and album, No Quarter, Unleaded, and we toured the world. I've also worked with Gypsy Kings, Ann Dogley and Jazz Coleman, Chick Corea, just to name a few. I've been trying to connect with Damian Lazarus for a couple of years until I found a contact. He wrote back to me, very excited with my sound. He came over here to my studio and we did a wonderful session together.
It's definitely one of the weirdest vocals I've ever recorded.
Is it? Well, that's definitely a good sign for us to carry on with it then. Let's have a listen.
Damian was pretty interesting to work with. He definitely has some very interesting ideas. You know, some of them come so from the left field that like I just you know, it takes me a while to kind of process them and try and turn them into something. He's got a very strong vision for the album, and you know, I was just, you know, doing what I could to help him achieve that in the best way possible, you know, which is kind of my job as a producer, really, to help people realise, you know, the thing that they're hearing in their head, help them translate that into the real world.
And that's not easy, because a great deal of really weird shit happens in my head, and it's not easy to find people who can unlock those weird and sometimes wonderful and sometimes awful ideas. And so the hunt for finding the person to work with on this album actually lasted all of 30 seconds.
I met Damian recently at Atom's Peace gig in Germany.
I was really high. I got really stoned. I was drinking a lot of Jack Daniels, and I started overthinking everything that was going on the stage, and he was right next to me, so I was just nattering away in his ear.
He was talking about his ambitious plans for a new record. I feel that he wanted to make something broader than a dance music record, and I suppose he thought I could help him out with that.
And it's been amazing. It's been amazing working with James. I'm very lucky. He's a man and a musician and an artist that I've been aware of, and whose music I've been aware of for many years. But for some reason, we just never really got to hang out.
Yeah, ready.
In London, we were visited a couple of days by this amazing American pianist called Elew, Eric Lewis. I think he's from a jazz background, but he's kind of now does his own thing. And he has a very unique style on the piano. He's probably the most aggressive piano player I've ever seen.
Just being able to interface with this aesthetic, it's a dream come true. I've actually never had the chance where I actually get to be in a studio with people whose intention is to thrill and bring enjoyment to a lot of people using this medium. I'm so happy that I spent all those hours in misery trying to craft some kind of style, because at the end of the day, it's just the piano that got me to this position. So here I am in London.
Sinatra didn't take his bloody dinner. We went to all that trouble. No, were you thinking about life at all when it was going on?
I wasn't. Like your life now.
I was. Did it cross your mind? It's extremely potentially cinematic and
very visual.
Yeah, very visual. I don't know what's in my head for the live yet. I mean, I've seen some really good shows, but it's been a while since I've seen something like an experience that's like breathtaking. You know? It's like it's just such a fine line to make something super fucking cool. It isn't naff. No, I see like big tank. I pop out of it, start aiming the gun at the audience. Little puff of smoke comes out with a genie.
That's great.
Genie blows glitter onto the whole audience. But inside each speck of glitter are a pair of headphones. Is this kettle ever going to boil?
Do you like that part? Maybe to use it for the...
What,
Raga means a color of the mind. We take different notes to build ragas. A raga is a musical grammar that gives you an emotion. And we came up with a raga called Vachaspati. Vachaspati is a very interesting raga that depicts the mysterious. You feel a little bit like something supernatural is about to happen. That had a lot to do with the personality of Damian, and that's why we chose this scale.
Right, now, in We Will Return, Ali sings, "Do you remember the time when we were strangers?" But he doesn't actually say that, he says, "Do you remember the time that we were stranger?"
Oh, really?
And we've taken a take where you don't quite hear the plural at the end, and I'm thinking, do I prefer the idea of, do you remember when we were stranger?
Yeah.
As opposed to strangers?
I think it's cooler. Like.
It's cool, no? Yeah. Alright, I just wanted to double check it. Careful! Come on, you're supposed to be working for me. What kind of assistant do you think you are? Oh, I could have got much better assistants down the road. And cheaper. House of Hidden Places, Adventures of the Ancient Moons, Vermillion, Amber Palace, Lover's Eyes, Inner Core, Message from the Other Side, Trouble at Seance, We Will Return, Sacred Dance to Demon, Eyes Won't Let Me Hide, with the interlude, Vermillion Reprise, Create the Age, Tangled Web. Yeah. And so last night we had our first playback, and in an order that I came up with, and we didn't talk throughout the whole thing, and we just made notes separately if there were any to be made, and there was some to be made. We've been working on all those notes today, and we made a couple of suggestions, and we discussed the track listing. So now we're going to listen to the album for the second time with all the new changes in a new order. Alright. Lights. Alright. Eyes down.
Wow, that was intense.
Yeah, very. Generally, that was pretty magical, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was a proper
journey
event. I can't bear the idea of people like talking through it or like getting up and going to the toilet and like oh, just checking what's on TV later. You know what I mean? Because it's so intense. And I wonder whether maybe I should have made something a little bit more popular.
I think it's a good balance, honestly.
Yeah, do you?
I think it feels clubbier than I imagined.
That's so funny you say that. I thought the opposite.
Right, really?
Yeah, I mean the middle section I purposely built so it's like the clubby section. But I did feel that we need something very short in between Create the Age and Tangled Web.
Yeah, that I'm not sure that.
Just a tiny. I was thinking we should add an extra interlude, like a really small thing. I was thinking about maybe that moment when there's people gathered and you're waiting for the sun to rise, and there's like that like anticipation. So I was thinking maybe like some kind of chattering with a nice tone.
You should try and record, like do a field recording, doesn't it? It'd be great.
Yeah, but well, actually, the sound of here tomorrow morning when the sun rises.
Yeah.
Should we get up and do it?
Yeah, David will do it.
You want to lay in, don't you?
Right, cup of tea.
This album is very much related to nature and the rising of the sun and the moon and the cosmos above us. And so, if you can imagine the most beautiful sunrise while you're playing this, that would be much appreciated.
In the kind of diminishing bank accounts of record labels and that kind of thing, it's nice to find someone like Damian who's willing to spend a bit of money to get the Yucatan Symphony Orchestra to play some strings for him or things like that. He's almost like a weird philanthropist.
To have someone of his stature and respect level and expertise, more importantly, ask me to contribute my doings to his work is moving.
There is an ancient yet futuristic vibe on this record. The Ancient Moons feels good. So there we have it. We are the Ancient Moons.